If you are an avid watcher of WWE, you know they like to change their characters a lot when it comes to baby faces and heels. And while on one hand that is crazy because you can never figure out who's meant to be a good guy and who's meant to be a bad guy, on the other hand, I mean, they do have 52 weeks of programming every single year. They don't take a break, they never stop. It stands to reason that some of your boys and some of your girls are going to be happy chaps, and then later on they're going to be sad Sallys. It also does allow you to add some depth to these individuals, because you'd be like, oh, we're not really black or white, but they are shades of grey, as Vince McMahon told us in 97 or 98. You remember, he looked at the camera and went, I think the daughter is having an alternative insult. And it was a big Attitude Era type promo. Some people say it was the video that kicked off that period. Whatever, we don't need to talk about it now. The issue, the real problem, is that sometimes the writers panic and they go, and they turn somebody heel, and that's not always for the best. I mean, look at the Big Show. The Big Show was turned so many times. When he does walk down that aisle, you have no idea if you're meant to cheer, or if you're meant to boo, or if you're just meant to stare at him like, I don't know what you're gonna do when you get in the squared circle. And really, there are some wrestlers right now who can never be a babyface ever again. My name is Simon Miller. This is What Culture? And here is 7 of them. Number 7, Lana. Who in their right mind is ever going to cheer Lana ever again? Because if you are going to do that, you have to forget that 1, she cheated on her husband, and 2, she cheated on the guy that she was cheating on her husband with, because that's what the whole Liv Morgan storyline was all about. We may have buried that quicker than you would a dead body after you accidentally killed them. But that is the character of Lana in 2020. She's also been completely self-centered and thinks that she is the best person on the planet. And I don't think all of a sudden her grabbing a microphone and going, I'm really, really sorry, WWE Universe is going to be enough to win you around. Also, if you transport yourself back in time and remember when WWE did try to turn her babyface, when she aligned herself with Dolph Ziggler, well, that didn't really work. She's like a Miz or a Randy Orton or other wrestlers of this ilk. She's just much better when she's playing the asshole. So there's simply nothing redeemable about her character, and that's true even when you look at her relationship with Bobby Lashley. There's no real love there, there's no connection. She is using old Bob, and eventually he will realize this and he will come to his senses. As for Rusev, well, I cry about him every day, but we're not talking about that right now. But Lana's babyface run is dead. Number 6, Shinsuke Nakamura. This is a weird one, because if Shinsuke Nakamura does ever want to turn it back on, he is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I don't begrudge him for not doing this. He basically killed himself in New Japan for years, and if he wants to enjoy the latter parts of his career doing what he's doing, then more power to him. The problem in World Wrestling Entertainment, though, when he was being treated as a babyface, is that he was never really allowed much microphone time because, of course, his English isn't the best as he is Japanese. Now, that really shouldn't be a thing in the modern day, but as we were proven a couple of years ago, it was, and he just never really connected with the audience or the fans in the way that you would have expected, and that is why he was turned heel when he was having a feud with AJ Styles. And that actually did work wonders, because he's always been portrayed as the artist, and now he's able to like glide around the place and pretend he's all high and mighty. So you're meant to boo him. That's the whole point. He looks at you like, I want you to boo me. You go boo, and everything's okay. So maybe he's just better off being a heel when he is doing things under Vince McMahon's watch. I mean, when he did turn on AJ Styles, that got a little bit better. While they're not booked very well, I do enjoy his group with Sami Zayn. And if we go back to his good guy days, I do remember the program between Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke, and I never want to see that again as long as I lived. I mean, there are a lot of variables there that we don't need to get into right now, but it did not work. And that's not to say that WWE won't give it one more go, but I think even if they did, we'd look back on his heel work and go, that is much better. Number 5, Finn Balor. I can describe Finn Balor's WWE babyface run in one word, and that would be smiling. It'd be like, Finny boy, when you go out there, we just want you to smile. Don't worry if you lose, don't worry if you get screwed over, don't worry if Brock Lesnar drops you on your head over and over and over again. Just show us those pearly whites and grin like the Cheshire Cat. This was nuts for anyone who had seen him in Japan as Prince Devitt, because there he was, this sneaky, snivy, horrible piece of crap that you wanted to see getting beaten up. He just got inside your skull, he got inside your face, he got inside your soul. You were like, man, I really hope somebody teaches that guy a lesson. He comes over to WWE, and he's just smiling. But ever since he's moved to NXT, all of a sudden Balor has found his place in the system once more. I know he gets cheered because he is Finn Balor and the fans see him as a superstar, but he's got attitude, he's got edge, he's got personality, and it's absolutely crazy we didn't do this when he was on Raw and SmackDown. His in-ring work has even improved because, like I say, he's now allowed to actually show some aggression when he is trying to fight. And you just know that if WWE do bring him back to the light side and try and make him good again, they will revert to task, especially if they do this when he goes back to the main roster. So this is more of a cry for help than anything else. Just don't do it. If you do want to bring him back to Mondays or Fridays, just take the character you have now and plop him there and don't change a damn thing. Also, how much better are his promos now because you're allowing him to talk from the heart. He ticks every boxes in his current guise, so never make him a babyface again. He can be a tweener or he can be a super duper heel. Don't go the other way, or at least don't make him this. It was ridiculous. Number 4, Bayley. It sounds really weird right now, but if this rumored match between Sasha Banks and Bayley is gonna happen at WrestleMania 36, I actually think you'd get away with turning Sasha Banks babyface before you would do so with Bayley, because right now the former hugger kind of feels stuck. Because the thing is, the Sasha Banks legit boss character always had a little bit of a bad side in there. Like, she was arrogant and she thought she was really cool. But before Bayley turned to the dark side, yes, that's 2 Star Wars references so far, she didn't have any of that in her. She was like Gummy Gumdrops Care Bear, everybody loved me. She wanted to entertain the family, she wanted to entertain the kids, and some people who said, hey, she's the female John Cena, well, you weren't too far removed from what the idea here was. In fact, that's what many people said before she was called up from NXT. They're like, well, WWE can't miss with Bayley, just do what you did there on the bigger stage, and she'll be a merchandise queen. As we know, that didn't really happen. So now that she has turned her back on all of that and also become the SmackDown Women's Champion, because she did embrace such a change, I don't know how you go back to that, or at least, if you are going to do it, how you explain it without just crapping all over the fans' intelligence. I mean, there's no ponytail anymore. She took a pin and popped one of her inflatable Bayley buddies. She has done too much, and personally, I am too hurt. I also think when it does come to her heel persona, we're only just touching the surface here. I think we can let it grow, we can let it develop, so we shouldn't do anything too hasty. It really would be totally stupid if all of a sudden she just abandoned this whole fan bashing and went back to, well, I guess kind of acting like a 12-year-old. If you are going to do that, you're going to have to give it a few years at least. And that for me is enough. But I do think, again, there is something here with this Bayley bad person character. I just hope WWE doubles down on it. Number 3, Charlotte Flair. One of the wrestlers I was referring to at the start of this video, and 99% of the time I have no idea whether Charlotte Flair is a good guy or whether Charlotte Flair is a bad guy. And in fact, I think even when she is playing good guy, she's so good at playing bad guy that she just comes across as a bad guy anyway. Billie Eilish. So straight up, if you are that good at being a heel, you should just be put in the heel role. Again, we've mentioned a few already. Randy Orton, The Miz, these guys excel at that. And while it's fair enough, you want to give them a go on the other side. If it's not working, don't stick with it. Don't broke if it ain't fix it. Also, just listen to Charlotte when she cut promo. She has an air of arrogance about her and she feels like the queen. I mean, that's what she calls herself. That is easy to hate, and far easier to hate than, oh, by the way, I am the daughter of Ric Flair. Somebody that at one time was universally hated. She also comes out wearing lavish robes and absolutely dominates opponents. They ain't underdog, they ain't somebody you can get behind, that's somebody you want to lose, because it seems like they have it all. It doesn't even matter if the fans do start to cheer her, just let it happen, but let her be herself. Again, as we are on this road to WrestleMania 36, it seems like she will be put in the villainous position, because she's going against Rhea Ripley, who is far more like salt of the earth and down to the ground, but I just wanted to make that clear. It seems like WWE can't make up their mind, well, I will do it for you. Allow Charlotte Flair to act like the bad guy 100% of the time, and if the audience wants to get behind it, then let them do it, but don't do anything drastic, or at least don't go, oh, by the way, Charlotte, now you gotta act like you're a really happy person. No, she ain't. Number 2, Seth Rollins. Right, if we want to play fantasy booker for 1 second, yes, it does seem like Seth Rollins' current guise as the man who's going to save Monday Raw is a lot like CM Punk's role when he was all like, oh, I'm going to save Monday Raw. Now, I don't know if that means these two are going to clash at WrestleMania or if CM Punk is ever going to get back in the ring, but there you go, I have said it. When it does come to Seth, though, the reason he had to go back to being a bad guy is that he had such a controversial latter part to 2019 that WWE had no choice. But really, this was the best thing that could have happened to him. This version of Seth Rollins is far better than anything we've seen over the last few months. I mean, look what has come from it. Seth Rollins now sounds better in promos. He's got a group around him. The AOP are going up the ladder, and so is Buddy Murphy. Excuse me, get rid of the Buddy. You just say Murphy now. He lost his first name. And none of that was associated with Rollins when he was just a good guy. I mean, it was great when he beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 35, but you've always got to be smart, and WWE saw that the tide was turning, so they turned with it, like a merry-go-round. He's just so good when he's ranting as the delusional, disconnected kind of sociopath, and really, if that's what works, that's what we should go with. I mean, you could even say that even when Rollins was a babyface, it never really felt like he had everyone behind him. So don't fight it. Don't fight it. Simple as that. Let Seth Rollins be a guy that's a heel forever. You can try again with him, because again, there were elements that were working, but you just have to learn from your mistakes. For example, if he is going to go against someone like the Fiend Bray Wyatt, don't put him in a corner and have him sniveling like a child that just had his toys taken away. And that's exactly what did happen. Number 1, Randy Orton. His name has already come up a couple of times, and it's because at his core, at his center, Randy Orton is one of the best heels that WWE has ever had. Yes, that's right, I said it. He's also the guy that on the 27th of January turned on the returning Edge, and within the world of the storyline, put him out back on the shelf. And that guy had been working for over a decade to get back into a WWE ring, and then within 24 hours of an incredible comeback at the Royal Rumble, Randy Orton, the Viper, the man who his voice in his head went, "Nah, brah, I don't think so," and basically murdered him. As I say these words, we still don't have an explanation for that, but how the hell are you ever going to be able to apologize and get the fans back on your side after you've done that? I mean, it was one of the most emotional and real angles WWE has run in years, and probably puts Randy Orton in a position where he does indeed have to be a bad guy until the day he retires. The whole package has been sensational so far. It gets me so excited because it does mean at WrestleMania 36 we're going to get Randy Orton versus Edge, and who the hell thought we were ever going to get that even a few weeks ago? I can't wait. I can't wait. And you can't just have one match between those two. This has to be a prolonged feud, so Randy Orton may even win that, and that will make him even more despised. Says he can never be a babyface again. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know of any other wrestlers who's probably going to struggle if they did go back down that babyface route. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to What Culture Wrestling. Head over to whatculture.com, read yourself some articles, follow What Culture on Twitter at What Culture WWE. Watch more videos here on What Culture Wrestling. My name is Simon from What Culture. Thank you as always for joining me. Thank you as always for tuning in, and I will see your ass soon. Not literally. Done that joke a lot.
Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from What Culture, here to let you know we want your live event videos, whether that be something that happened after the cameras stopped rolling, or your reaction to something amazing that went down at the show you were at. Stuff like this.
One of the other sweetest things I've ever seen was just recently when we saw Roman Reigns kick the shit out of cancer and come back on Monday Night Raw.
So make sure you send them to us in all the usual ways. You can tweet them at us, you can send them to us on Facebook, you can email them to us. Hell, if it's your sort of thing, you can stick them on a memory stick and post them to What Culture. But the one thing you need to remember is good, bad. Thanks for watching. Bye.